My name's Craig. Once I was a boxer, middleweight, good record. Not a headliner, but definitely a name in the industry. That was before I was convicted for killing a child predator. Now, I'm stuck here. Ironwood Correctional Facility. 6 blocks, A through F, each a concrete kingdom of its own. I'm in Block C. Life here is bearable, but far from good, but you get used to it. You have to. Life in Ironwood isn't what you'd call normal, but it has its rhythm. Every 2 weeks, Octagames happen. One fighter from each block steps into the ring. A caged octagon in the covered yard, rusted, but it does its job. It follows a ladder system. The winner secures perks for their block. Real food like steak or chicken instead of the usual gray slop. A movie night with something from the last decade, maybe even an extra hour of rest time. The losers get nothing but bruises and 2 weeks of mockery. It's brutal, sure, but it's not lethal. The guards make damn sure of that. Batons and tasers keep the line drawn. We're animals, but we're their animals. I don't fight anymore. My knees are shot, and my left hook isn't what it used to be. Instead, I train Corey, Block C's champ. He's 23, wiry, with a mop of dark hair and eyes that burn when he's mad. Kid's got heart. Too much of it, maybe. He made poor life choices back then, killed his stepfather who abused his mother. I understand him. I've been teaching him the ropes for months, footwork, timing, how to take a hit and keep swinging. He's good, damn good. The last few weeks, he's come out on top every time, bloodied but grinning. Block C's been eating well because of him. The guys slap his back, call him King Corey. I just nod and tell him to keep his guard up. The fights are a spectacle. The cage sits in the middle of the yard, surrounded by bleachers the guards drag out. The blocks are separated by a thick fence. The other inmates hoot and holler, banging on the metal seats. The air's thick with tension, the kind that makes your skin prickle. Last fight, Corey faced off against D-Block's guy, a hulking bastard named Ruiz. Ruiz threw haymakers like he was trying to knock down a wall, but Corey danced around him, jabbing, weaving, then landed a right cross that dropped Ruiz like a sack of bricks. The crowd roared. I watched from the sidelines, arms crossed, feeling a flicker of pride. Block C got a movie that night, some old action flick. I didn't care much, but the steak was great. That was last week. Things were steady, then it all went to shit. Corey was in the showers yesterday. I wasn't there, should have been, maybe, but I was in my cell, staring at the cracks in the ceiling. The story trickled in through whispers. This idiot Tate jumped him with a self-made knife. No one knows why. Jealousy, probably. Corey's been too good for too long. Tate got him in the gut, twisted the blade, but Corey fought back. Smashed Tate's head against the tiles until they were both a mess of blood and water. Guards found them slumped against the wall, dead. Corey, my student Corey, gone. Tate, too. At least he took this a-hole with him. 2 bodies for no damn reason. The block's quiet now. No one's saying much. They look at me like I'm supposed to fix it, but what the hell can I do? Corey was our fighter, our ticket to something better than this grind. Without him, we're back to square one. The others just bring fight skills to the table. Tomorrow's the next ladder fight, and I'm stepping in. I haven't fought in years, but I trained Corey and I needed to get the anger off my chest. I know the game. I owe him that much. Now is tomorrow. The yard's buzzing when they call us out. The cage looms ahead, its shadow stretching across the cracked concrete. The bleachers are packed, 6 blocks worth of inmates shouting over each other. Block C's guys are behind me, muttering encouragement, but I can hear the doubt in their voices. I'm 38, gray creeping into my beard. and my joints ache just walking out here. Still, I've got no choice. First round's against A Block's fighter, a lean guy named Jakes. He's fast, younger than me by a decade. The bell clangs, and he's on me, peppering jabs at my face. I block what I can, but my arms feel heavy, like they're moving through mud. I catch him with a body shot, hear him grunt, but he dances back. The crowd's a blur of noise. I keep my breathing steady, focus on his feet. He lunges and I sidestep, clipping his jaw with an uppercut. Not enough to drop him, but he stumbles. I press, land a hook to his ribs, then another to his temple. He goes down, groaning. Guards pull him out. Seems like the old man isn't that old, right? Block C cheers, but it's half-hearted. Next is F Block's champ, a stocky guy called Marrow. He's stronger, meaner. Comes at me like a bull, slamming fists into my guard. One catches my cheek and I taste blood. I duck a wild swing, counter with a straight right. His nose cracks, and he snarls, blood dripping down his chin. We trade blows, the cage rattling with every hit. My lungs burn, but I keep moving. Corey's voice echoes in my head. Keep your guard up, old man. I catch Marrow with a left hook, then a right cross. He drops, out cold, 2 down. Although I'm pretty exhausted, I'm sure I have a real chance. The final fight's against B Block's guy, Vance. He was the ladder champ, been winning for months before Corey took over. Tall, broad, with scars crisscrossing his knuckles. The bell rings, and he's methodical, picking me apart with jabs. I'm tired. Christ, I'm tired, but I grit my teeth and swing back. He lands a hook to my ribs and I feel something crack. Pain flares, but I don't stop. I feint, dodge a jab, and slam a right into his jaw. He staggers but recovers fast, catching me with an uppercut that snaps my head back. The crowd's screaming now. I'm on the ropes, figuratively and damn near literally, as he drives me against the cage. I duck a punch, throw a desperate left hook. It connects, but Vance shrugs it off. He steps in, lands a brutal cross to my temple. My legs buckle, and I hit the mat hard. The world spins, and I hear the guards count me out. Vance stands over me, panting, victorious. Block C groans, a collective slump. No steak, no movie, just slop and silence. The next 2 weeks are hell. Food's always been steady, bland, but enough. Now it's barely there. Trays come half empty, sometimes just a scoop of a watery something. The guards mutter about supply issues, tempers flare. Fights break out in the halls, quick and vicious. Block C's on edge, and I feel it too, hunger gnawing at my gut, making my hands shake. But I train. I got to win once for Corey. The ladder fight's coming again. I convince the others that I'm still the fighter, although I'm still in pain from last time. My ribs are taped, but every breath stings. The block's counting on me, but I'm not sure I've got it in me. The yard's packed again, but the air's heavier today. The cage looks the same, but there's a hum of unease. I'm facing E Block's new fighter, a guy named Holt. He's big, quiet, with dead eyes that don't blink enough. Heard he killed his wife. We step into the cage, the gate clanging shut. The crowd's loud, but it's a nervous sound. Then the PA crackles, and the warden's voice cuts through.
New rules, gentlemen. 1 fight, 1 winner. The last man standing walks free, the other will never walk again. You have no choice.
What did he say? But as I look around, I see the wardens pointing guns at us. Silence, then chaos, shouts, curses, metal banging. My stomach drops. Holt's eyes flicker just for a second. Freedom. Death. It hits me like a fist. I've killed before, outside, years ago, this dirty predator. I never wanted to again. But now? I glance at Holt. He's clenching his fists, jaw tight. Is he okay with killing me? But he's probably thinking the same thing. One of us isn't leaving this cage alive. The bell rings. No time to process it. Holt charges, and I barely dodge a haymaker that would have caved my skull. The crowd's a wall of noise, but it fades. It's just me and him. I jab, testing him. He swings again, clipping my shoulder. Pain shoots down my arm, but I keep moving. My training kicks in. Footwork, rhythm. I land a body shot, then a hook to his cheek. Blood sprays, but he doesn't flinch. He's not fighting to win perks. He's fighting to live. We circle, trading blows. My ribs scream with every twist, but I block it out. He catches me with a knee to the gut, and I double over, gasping. The crowd roars. I stumble back, vision blurring. Holt's on me, fists raining down. One slams my temple, and I taste copper. I'm losing. I'm dying. Then I see it. Corey's face, that cocky grin. Fight for me and my mother. Rage surges. I roar, duck a punch, and drive an uppercut into Holt's chin. He reels, and I press, slamming a hook into his jaw, then another. He staggers, blood pouring from his mouth. I don't stop. I can't. A right cross snaps his head back, and he drops to his knees. The crowd's deafening now, chanting my name. Holt's down, but he's breathing. I hesitate. Freedom's right there, one more hit, my fists tremble. Then I see the warden in the stands, a fat guy in a suit next to him, grinning like this is a damn show. They did this. Starved us. Turned us into this. For sure it's a bet or some kind of diabolical shit. I snarl, grab Holt's head, and twist. His neck snaps, a wet crack echoing in the cage. He goes limp. The yard explodes. Guards rush in, but I'm already walking out, blood and sweat dripping onto the concrete. The fat guy claps like I'm his prize pony. I don't feel free, I feel hollow. Corey's gone, Holt's gone, and me? I'm just the last dog standing in a pit they built. The gates groan open, and I step out into a world I barely recognize. March 27th, 2029, they tell me, but the air feels wrong. Too clean, too quiet after the constant clang of ironwood. They gave me a duffel with a change of clothes, $50, and a bus ticket to nowhere. Freedom's supposed to taste sweet, but it's bitter, like blood lingering on my tongue. I see Holt's eyes every time I blink, hear the snap of his neck in the silence. The fat guy's laugh echoes too, a ghost of the cage. I wander the streets, a free man with no home, no Corey, no purpose. People stare at my scarred hands, my hollow face, but they don't know what I've done to get here. I don't sleep much. When I do, it's fists and screams and that damn PA voice promising liberty through death. I won, sure, but all I've got left is the weight of it. Heavier than any punch I ever took. If you liked this story, drop a like and subscribe for more sci-fi stories in the future. If you want more now, check out the recommended videos.